His opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Here's the question. Do we think House Democrats want to stop big tech censorship of Republicans, big tech censorship of conservatives? Remember, 3 months ago, 2 Democrats wrote a letter to big carriers encouraging them to take Fox News, Newsmax, One American News off their platform. Chairman Nadler, Subcommittee Chairman Cicilline, Democrat Conference Chair Jeffries, Democrat Policy Chair Neguse, all impeachment managers. Do we really think they want Facebook to put President Trump back on their platform? Actually, we know the answer to that question. They don't. Chairman Nadler said, I think Facebook was right. They have a right to ban the president, even though these big tech platforms allow the Ayatollah to put tweets on there. They have a right to ban the president. Mr. Chairman said that it's a right-wing conspiracy theory and a fantasy dreamed up by some conservatives. Maybe that's because he hasn't been shadow banned like Congressman Gates has or Congressman Nunes. Subcommittee Chairman Cicilline said, we don't need to develop a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. Big tech censors conservatives. These bills don't fix that problem. They make it worse. They don't break up big tech. They don't stop censorship. Let's look at the access bill. This is the one that's supposed to be the least problematic. Let's just run through the access bill, what this does, the power it gives to the Federal Trade Commission. Page 15 of that legislation, the FTC shall issue standards specific to each covered platform. Covered platform is defined. Online presence, 50 million users a month, 100,000 business users a month, and a $600 billion market cap. That currently includes Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, but I think it's soon to include Microsoft, Walmart, Visa, and who knows where it ends. What's the process for issuing these standards for a covered platform? Page 17 of the legislation. By establishing technical committees for each business. So not one technical committee that advises. There will be a technical committee for each covered platform. One for Amazon, one for Apple, one for Facebook, one for Google, and then one for each new business that's added and defined as a covered platform. How big are these technical committees? Page 18 of the legislation tells us the size of the technical committee is at the sole discretion of the FTC. So whatever it can be is, it could be 10 people, it could be a handful of people, it could be, I don't know. It's totally up to the FTC. Who's on these technical committees? Page 20. Page 20 of the legislation tells us 3 categories: competitors, people from advocacy groups and independent academics, and then someone from the National Institutes of Standards and Technology. Which sort of raises the obvious question, who runs the FTC? Until last week, the acting chair was Ms. Slaughter. Ms. Slaughter, who said it is, quote, perfectly appropriate for us to use antitrust enforcement tools to right the wrong of systemic racism. Wow. The new chair last week, Ms. Lina Khan, previously worked for Chairman Nadler, Subcommittee Chairman Cicilline, and House Democrats on the Judiciary Committee. So the person who helped write the bills that give all the power to the FTC now is going to run the FTC. Such a deal. The Federal Trade Commission, run by Biden Democrats who want to fix systemic racism, set up special government committees of whatever size they want, technical committees made up of your competitors, advocacy groups, and academics. Or in other words, people who want your business to fail, Soros-backed individuals, and someone like Senator Warren. Now, if you don't like the fact that you're a covered platform, you can petition the FTC. Page 4 and 5 of the legislation. And if the FCT doesn't like your petition, you can go to court. But your chances of winning in court aren't too good because on page 20 of the legislation, it says, in a proceeding for judicial review, the findings of the commission shall be conclusive. So I don't think your chances are going to be too well. Oh, and I forgot this. One more thing. Page 20 of the legislation. The Federal Advisory Committee Act shall not apply with respect to these technical committees. In other words, it's all done in secret. The Federal Advisory Review Act doesn't even apply. So secret technical committees for each business made up of left-wing individuals, advocacy, someone from academics, independent academics, that's who's going to decide. Now, do you really think the individuals running the FTC, again, as I said before, want Facebook to let President Trump back on? Do they want Twitter to stop shadow banning Matt Gaetz? A few months ago, Democrats brought in front of the committee a newspaper bill in front of this committee. The bill that would have allowed big tech and big media to collude. We had a great Great hearing on that. They've dropped that bill. Great hearing. I thought the witnesses pointed out the concerns with that legislation. Today we have bills that aren't big tech and big media working together, but big tech and big government now marrying up and working together. And frankly, we've already seen this. We've already seen this. We saw it with the recently released emails between Mr. Zuckerberg and Mr. Fauci, where we saw big tech and big government work together to frankly keep information from the American people, information that turns out may have been accurate. So that's our concern overall with the package. There are some bills that, okay, maybe all right, but overall the power this gives to the FTC, big tech working together with big government, doesn't address the issue of breaking these companies up, doesn't address the issue of censorship, which so many Americans are concerned about. That is our concern. We're going to have a number of amendments, Mr. Chairman. I know you guys have several amendments on your side as well. I look forward to a robust debate and as we move forward. With that, I yield back.
Thank you.